friends, welcome back to Julia at Home. Today's video is going to be another look at my preschool activities for my 2 and my 4-year-old. These are mostly Montessori based. Some of them are from the Buckets and Berries pre-K curriculum that I have a video about, so I'll link that here. And then I'll just give you a little bit of a peek at some of the toys and books we have out in our school living room space. I did one of these for September last month, so I will link that here if you want to check that out. I'm going to go ahead and start with our Montessori shelves, which are in our library off of our living room. I did rearrange in here a little bit, so I'll just back up a bit. The table's a little bit of a mess, but since you were last in here, I did rearrange the room, tried to make it a little nicer. I put out some dried hydrangeas from the garden and some books that I want to remember to take a look at and maybe read to the kids again. Also, I thought they looked nice. But these are the shelves back here, and we've also got our map cabinet and geometry cabinet, our work rugs, and the number rods. And in the box on the shelf behind the number rods are the geometric solids. So moving on from those, again, these are Montessori or Montessori-inspired activities, and these are aimed at either my 2-year-old or my 4-year-old. Of course, my 4-year-old is welcome to do any of these activities as long as she's been presented them and knows how to do them. And the 2-year-old, I try to gear towards certain things. Let me just get started here and show you what I've got. This shelf here, I tried to keep most of the things for the 2-year-old on this closer to the door shelf. So you'll see that. And I'm going to start on the top here. We've got a couple sets of cards. This set of cards here is actually from the Buckets and Berries pre-K curriculum, and it's pumpkin matching cards. Look how pretty that is. And my 2-year-old has done this several times, and he has really enjoyed it. So that's what those are. I did cut them out and laminate them because I thought they would get a good amount of rough use. These cards here are actually autumn matching cards. And years ago, I made a set for autumn, for winter, and for spring. And they are just images that represent that season. And so in here, we've got things like mums, scarecrow, pumpkins, apples, pumpkin seeds, more pumpkins, black cat in this. So it has things related to Halloween in it. The autumn set also in general has things related to Thanksgiving. So I don't put them all out at once. So I've divided them. Right now I have some general fall things and some things related to Halloween. And then I'll switch out the cards for Thanksgiving and other general fall cards after Halloween. So I think we've seen all of them. When I made them, I did put a different decorative paper on the back and then laminate them. So all of the autumn cards have this fun decorative backing. I believe at the time I was making these, I lived in a place where I could walk to a paper source, and I loved to do that. So it's probably paper source paper. This set of cards here is another matching set I put out for my 2-year-old, and it's vehicles. This is one, again, I made years ago. I think I found these images myself and made them. And they're a 3-part card set, so they have cards with the word on them, ones without the words, and so they're matching those for right now, but I'm obviously not expecting him to read it yet. When they're older, there's also a 3rd card that has just the word on it, so they can match this to like bicycle and then double check it with the card with the picture and the word. Okay, moving on down. This set of cards right here I actually just made, and they are leaf matching cards. So there's different leaves, and these pictures are from a set that I got, and they came from cards that had like the name of the tree and a bunch of information on it. This is birch, I believe. And it's an autumn leaves set. And I just copied the cards, and then I cut out just the leaves and glued them on to this kind of thicker brown cardstock. So, so there's 2 of each. Here, let me take some more of them out. You can just see here. So I think this is willow, walnut. I tried to do ones that I know we can find in our area. Sugar maple, red oak, and then we're back. I think there's just 5. So, and I thought they were just so pretty. So hopefully they'll enjoy matching those. This is a color matching, again, aimed at my 2-year-old. So these are a set of wooden colored cards from Grimm's that I splurged on a couple years ago. And then these are color tablets that I actually made. The red's a little rough. And the idea is that he will match the cars to their colors. So that's that. Okay. I believe this was here in September, but this is a Hex Bolt Board. I got this from Montessori Services. They have several others, and I might get a different one, possibly for Christmas for someone. Because they do, I left it up because they just enjoy doing it so much. Both the 4 and the 2-year-old regularly do that. All right, here I have a pumpkin transfer activity, and I have these are actually like ramekins that you can cook in, or souffle dishes. And these are little pumpkins that I think they're plastic, but they're like a sturdy, and they come in different colors. And I got them many, many years ago, and you'll see them. They're used for several different activities. Normally, you would not have out more than one transferring item, but he's been really loving using tongs and such. So I thought we could try these, but I'm not 100% sure they're going to work well for him. And so I also have the spoon, so he could use one or both, and we'll just see how it goes. Down here, I have an autumn leaf lacing activity. This is more for my 4-year-old. She also did this last year and loved it, so I was excited to pull this out for her again. And this actually says where they're from on them here. They're from giftofcuriosity.com, and I did print and cut and then used a hole punch to hole punch the holes, laminated. Okay, so this is a fabric matching activity. We've already done the touch tablets and touch boards, which are Montessori sensorial activities, and I realized we hadn't done the fabric yet. Now, so you would match this. We need a blindfold, so I actually need to find a blindfold or something to use, as that I did not have one with the set, so I'll have to look for that. But the idea is that they're doing this by touch and trying to match the different fabrics by touch. And these are just fabrics that I had found. I think they were like samples of upholstery fabric, and I cut them up into pairs. So that's what that is. And again, that's aimed mostly at my 4-year-old, but I think because she's done the touch tablets and yeah, the touch boards and touch tablets, my 2-year-old has not yet. So, but you could do these with a younger child. It's just good to start with the other ones. They're easier. Okay. We're going to move back to these shelves. Okay, so these were here last week. These are the sandpaper letters that we've been working on. The pile has grown a bit, which is good. She's making great progress, and I think we're having fun with it. This tray goes with the metal insets below. Again, I keep the paper elsewhere so that she doesn't use it all at once. So I'll give her a couple pieces at a time, and she will take one of the shapes from down here and then put it on the tray and use the colored pencils to go ahead and trace the shapes. So it's practice using the pencil. I love these. I made these years ago. These are pattern, I don't know what to call them, pattern strips, I guess, for the pumpkins that I have. And so I only put ones to match at the end here, so she has to pattern, and she generally needs a bit of help with this still. So we'll talk through it together. Orange, orange, pink, orange, orange, pink, orange, and so the next one should be orange here. And obviously we will have it out on a table or work rug, and so we can lay them all out and do that. So there we go. This is a shape activity, kind of like tangrams that came in the Buckets and Berries pre-K curriculum. This is for the October one, and it's, I think, kind of like houses. The ones from last month, I think, were animal shaped. And yeah, my daughter loves these, so these have been a hit. Okay, so here's more of the pumpkins. And in this basket, I put, we've been working on numbers 1 through 5 and counting and recognizing them, and actually going up a little higher than that as well. But I'm going to try to focus on 1 through 5 a little bit more. And so there's different amounts of different colors in here. So there's like 1 green. I think there's, let's see, there's 3 yellow. I'd have to 2 of this like red color. So up to 5 pink, I think. So yeah, so we're going to do that together. I have number cards that go with the number rods, which I keep up high. She doesn't have full access to those, but we'll be doing this together. And she could also just take this out to make patterns with or to practice counting pumpkins in general. So that's what that is in that cute orange basket. Most of these like baskets and trays that you see, this one I think was a Melissa and Doug activity or toy, but like this one, that one, they're all from Montessori services. So I'll have those linked below. They're really great for Montessori, practical life, sensorial, and then like storage and display things. So, okay. Down here, I pulled out, this is not actually something that I want her to take out necessarily on her own, especially the first time. This is a salt tray. It's just a Pyrex container that I have salt in, and it's to trace the sandpaper. Well, it's to trace letters in the salt. So that's what that is. I'm not going to open it right now, but you can just trust me, there's salt in there. Okay. This is a life cycle of a pumpkin set. So this is like the cheat sheet card that tells you what the answer is, but then there's cards for each of the steps. And there's actually a version of this in the Buckets and Berries curriculum. I actually already had one from previously, and I want to say this might be from Montessori Print Shop, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So I'll link Montessori Print Shop below though, because they do have some great things that you can print out on your own and use. I am sure I've shown this on one tour or another, probably several, but this is the shelf where I have our sound objects. Up here are grammar. It's the grammar symbols, so the preschoolers are not there yet. And on this side I have some early readers, but we're also not quite there yet either. In these drawers I have sound objects. Okay, let me just show you this basket here. Actually, this is a little, I was using the W and the N for the movable alphabet for something else, and I'll need to put those away. But this basket has objects that start with D or P. And I had taken out the sandpaper letters and had her sort with those. Sometimes I take out the movable alphabet letters and have her use those for sorting. So I've also taken out just a bunch of the letters and had her sort the letters. So there'd be like multiples of different letters in there. And we've also played like takeaway games, because she really likes takeaway games, where I'd have several out and then I'd have her close her eyes and take one away and say, what are you missing? And hopefully she says, and she almost always gets it. But yeah, so I need to put some of this away, but this is generally how I do it. And I actually just make them in the moment, decide what we need to review out of what we've done, like what she seems to be struggling with the most, or we just haven't we haven't reviewed in a while, and I'll pull, usually it's just 2, but you could do 3 out to sort. These are cards. Well, here, let me show you quickly. I just have, these are number cards, go with the number rods, and we can use them for other activities. In here, these are photo storage cases that came in a bigger case that I have downstairs. I store classified cards and such in them. But these are sounds cards. So I have out, oh, you know what? I bet the movable alphabet ones were for here. Let's see. Let's see if I can show you quickly how I was doing this. So this is a nut, and it starts with N, and I review with her to make sure she knows what the different things are. Yeah, so window goes with blah. So she would sort those, and I sit with her while we do them. Different children might be able to, you might just be able to show them what they're doing and they can do it on their own. I know my oldest were able to do that, but my current 4-year-old seems to need more help staying on task and focused. So I do sit with her to do these activities. I just wanted to give you a peek at that. It's not on the shelves for the kids to get, but they are activities that we're doing at least once a week. I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but our loose themes, I guess, for the month of October are autumn leaves and pumpkins. So you will have seen on the shelves there are activities that to do with both autumn leaves and pumpkins, and of course Halloween is coming up, and we do celebrate Halloween in our family. I am working on another video talking about my thoughts, some thoughts I have on Halloween, and making it a little bit more meaningful for us and for me. But that's for another video. So the books I have out also reflect these themes, and I'll just show you what's on the shelves right now. I have some of my favorite Halloween books and just general fall pumpkin, and leaf books out. So some of these I think were out in September, like Pippa and Pell in the Autumn Wind and the fall book. I took out Where is Baby's Pumpkin. Room on the Broom, though, is a favorite. I love Room on the Broom. Autumn, I believe, was out before. This is a wordless book. Merlina and the Magic Spell is by Daniela Drescher, and she also did the Pippa and Pell books, but I have more of her not board books as well, and her illustrations are just beautiful. We have Tractor Mac Harvest Time. That may have been out earlier too. We do love that one. Berenstein Bear's Spooky Old Tree. That one has, it's just a little sentimental for me because I remember my aunt reading it to me and doing the spooky and stuff. And anyway, so I do that with my kids. Then I have Too Many Pumpkins, which is a fantastic pumpkin book. I highly recommend. Bats at the Library. We're Going on a Leaf Hunt, which definitely for autumn leaves is a great one. It's like we're going on a bear hunt. It's that same kind of rhyming, repeated phrase, but instead they go get leaves from the different kinds of trees. So there's that. There's The Curious Little Witch, favorite. I did make a video on our favorite Halloween books, and I don't love scary things. So they are non-scary books that I really like. I think positive Halloween books. And so if you're interested, I will link that here as well. This is the Gail Gibbons The Pumpkin book. We love Gail Gibbons, so this is like nonfiction. And then The Little Kitten here is kind of a magical story. It's got like this metallic, I don't know if you can see if I move it, some of the leaves are metallic, and that's true of the inside as well. So these are some of the favorites that are out on the shelf. We have our train still out and the Magnetile still out. We have some random books down there. I need to put something else here. I have some ideas, but I brought up some more blocks. So there's more sets of blocks here. I'm going to show you a couple more things while we're over here. On our school cabinet over here, you can see is just next to the library. We have a basket to corral some of our Halloween like hats and stuff that we like to play with. We just took those out the other day, and the kids have been running around playing with them, and they're just fun. Then we have more. So you saw the felt board before. I had the apples and the tree on it. I made some pumpkins that are on there right now, as well as a bunch more autumn leaves. So there's ones that are supposed to be oak, I think white oak because it's curved, maple, and let's see, the apples are still in here, and I think I had made some in the shape of birch as well. Not seeing them right now. Okay, there. And I actually made them in different colors and sizes so that I could have my kids sort by color and size. I haven't done that yet. They've just been playing with them, which is great too. And in case you're wondering, beyond here we have, this is like a Pippa and Pell set, a Jenga set that's actually pretty tricky, Magnadoodles. This we haven't really used in a while. I should probably put it downstairs, but it's got animals that you match in there. It's from Love Every. We've got some school books for my bigger kids. And then I did pull out some games that I thought could be fun to play related to fall, October, whatnot. So we got Cauldron Quest, Into the Forest, and Match a Leaf. My kids actually play Cauldron Quest on their own. Like the two older ones can play it on their own. I think they've done it with the 4-year-old as well, which is fantastic. And then going up, we've got CDs. We've got a CD player on the piano that they can use. The little two aren't supposed to touch it, but they can ask for me to put something in. That's actually a Shakespeare game, Yoga Pretzels. These are French flashcards, actually. Je n'aime pas. I don't like. The math, nobody's using this one currently. My 4-year-old will probably start using it in a year or so. And then some stuff for chemistry. So we've kind of gone beyond preschool there, but it gives you an idea of what's on that shelf. And just recently, while I was getting ready to film this video, I decided to pull out the rest of our Halloween books. We have quite a few. So I put the rest on the coffee table for right now, and I'm sure they'll get a mess later, but I thought I'd encourage the kids to look at it and we can read them. We've got some favorites here. This is a new one that's quickly becoming a favorite. It's Vlad is a vampire, but he likes pink. And he's like afraid to show who he is at the beginning, and then he has a friend who encourages him. And yeah, I brought it home. I saw it in a local bookstore. I brought it home weeks ago, intending to save it for Halloween, and it was seen and taken and read before I could put it away. So it's already well loved. So I just thought I would point that out. So those are our shelves in October. I hope that was helpful to you. If you have any questions, as always, comment below and I will try to answer them. And I hope you are all well and having a fantastic October. Until next time, bye. And yes, my hair is dyed purple. That's not your screen. I did something for fun. So there you go.